Today we are solving problem on transportation model. It is a special kind of linear programming problem in which goods are transported from a set source to a set destination, subject to the supply and demand of the sources and destination respectively, such that total cost of the transportation is minimized. So you have supply, you have demand. Supply is given by the manufacturing unit where you are manufacturing a plant, to the demand which is created by a customer eventually to the distributor, retailer, or at your warehouse. So this is a problem where you tend to minimize the cost of transportation from your factory or your manufacturing unit to the demand where it is created. Okay, so now there are two types of this transportation problem can come. First one is balanced transportation problem, where your supply is equal to demand, means whatever your demand is created by your customer in turn to your distributor or at your warehouse is equal to the supply which you are manufacturing at your plant. And second can be unbalanced transportation problem, where your supply is not equal to your demand. We tend to find the initial feasible solution, trying to find the minimized transportation cost. Now there are three methods to find this solution. So the three methods are northwest corner cell method, the second method is least cost cell method, the third is Vogel's approximation method. Okay, using these three different types of methods we tend to find our feasible solution. So as in my slides you can see this problem, the same problem I copied over here. There are four factories. One is in Lucknow, second one is in Pune, third one is in Amritsar, fourth one is in Coimbatore. What is the supply you are giving from your company is 15 from Lucknow, from Pune it is 6, from Amritsar it is 14, and Coimbatore it is 11. These are your supply. Maybe this can be 15 units, this can be 6 units, this is 14 units, and this is 11 units. These units you are supplying from your factory. From Lucknow industry you are supplying 15 units of your product, from Pune you are supplying 6 units of your product, Amritsar you are supplying 14 units of your product, and Coimbatore you are supplying 11 units of your product. So now where is your warehouse is located? Warehouse means the people who are demanding your products. So your warehouse is in Delhi, it is in Chennai, it is in Kolkata, and it is Mumbai. And the demand by these warehouses are 10 units, 12 units, 15 units, and 9 units respectively. So these are the demand created at your warehouse, and this is what you are supplying from your factory. So now here on the right hand side you can see this is the shipping cost from Lucknow to Delhi. The shipping cost is 25 rupees. From Lucknow to Chennai the shipping cost is 35 rupees. From Lucknow to Kolkata the shipping cost is 36 rupees, and so on. So from Pune, if you see from Pune to Kolkata the shipping cost is 25 rupees. If you see from Coimbatore to Chennai the shipping cost is 40 rupees. So these are different cost rates given from different destinations. Say from Amritsar to Mumbai. From Amritsar to Mumbai the cost is rupees 90. This is your shipping cost, means your transportation cost. So let's start with our first method of solving this problem, that is northwest corner cell method. So in this method the top thing is destination. Destination means where it has to be reached, and the source means where it originates, means your manufacturing unit. So this source will be your factory. Yeah, so accordingly we have written this factory names over here, that is Lucknow, Pune, Amritsar, and Coimbatore. These are four locations where your factories are located. Okay, it is in Lucknow, it is in Pune, it is in Amritsar, it is in Coimbatore. So this is your source factory. The second thing is destination. So destination here means your warehouse. So destination will be your warehouse. So where your warehouses are located? It is in Delhi, it is in Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai. Warehouses Delhi, Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai. So we'll write now demand and supply. We are given supply over here, we are given demand over here. First we'll write demand and supply. Supply from your Lucknow factory is 15. Supply from your Pune factory is 6. Supply from your Amritsar factory is 14. Supply from your Coimbatore factory is 11. Demand from your Delhi warehouse is 10. Demand from your Chennai warehouse is 12. Demand from your Kolkata warehouse is 15. Yeah, Kolkata 15. Demand from your Mumbai warehouse is 9. From the Mumbai warehouse is 9. So here these all are demands, these all are supply. Now we'll write how much is the shipping cost from each destination. Say from Lucknow to Delhi. So from Lucknow to Delhi the shipping cost is 25 rupees. From Lucknow to Chennai. Now Lucknow to Chennai it is 35 rupees. Lucknow to Kolkata it is 36 rupees. From Lucknow to Mumbai it is 60 rupees. Okay, from Pune to Delhi it is 55 rupees. Yeah, you can see Pune to Delhi, you can see it is 55 rupees. From Pune to Chennai it is 30 rupees. From Pune to Kolkata it is 25 rupees. 25 rupees. From Pune to Mumbai it is 25 rupees. From Amritsar to Delhi it is 40 rupees. From Amritsar to Chennai it is 50 rupees. From Amritsar to Kolkata it is 80 rupees. From Amritsar to Mumbai it is 90 rupees. From Coimbatore to Delhi it is 30 rupees. From Coimbatore to Chennai it is 40 rupees. From Coimbatore to Kolkata it is 66 rupees. From Coimbatore to Mumbai it is 75 rupees. Okay, so we got all the shipping costs. So now our table is ready. Now the name of this method is northwest corner cell method. If you see this diagram, see this is north, this is south, this is east, this is west. Where your northwest is? Your northwest is somewhere over here. So basically it is your northwest cell. So now in this whole table, see this is your row, and this all vertical are your column. The horizontal are row and the verticals are your columns. Each grid which you can see, each box, that is called as cell. You can see this cell. So this each box is called as cell. See this each box, this is called as cell. So now as this name northwest corner cell method, so here we have to see the northwest corner cell. So now which is the northwest corner over here? It is this corner. In this box, which is the northwest corner, it is this corner. So in this corner, since this is northwest corner, we are drawing a small box. And what we have to do in that box, I'll tell you. Then you have to see your row. Your row is, you can see the supply, it is 15. And check your column. The demand is 10. So what you have to do, you have to consider the lowest value. If supply is lower or the demand is lower, the demand is lower. The demand is 10, it is lower, hence we'll write this 10 number in this box over here. So now what we'll do, subtract this 10 from this demand and supply. If we subtract this 10 from the supply, 15 minus 10, how much it will come to? 5. And 10 minus 10, how much it will come to? 0. So now this column has become 0. This column has become 0. We'll strike off all the columns over here. This first column we have striked off. Now what is remaining? Now this column is gone, right? So what is remaining? These cells are remaining. Cells which are remaining, okay, these cells which are remaining, which is the northwest corner? It is this one. Okay, so we'll draw again a box over here. Okay, again do the same method. We'll see the row. How much is supply now remaining? 5. And we'll see the column. How much is the column demand remaining? 12. Which is lower, 5 or 12? It is 5. We'll consider this 5 over here. The lower one we have to consider. Now we have to subtract the supply and demand from this box number which you have written. So 5 minus 5 will give you 0. And 12 minus 5 it will give you 7. So remaining number you write over here. Now the row has become 0 over here, right? So we'll strike off this whole row since this has become 0 over here. Now this is gone and this is gone. The remaining are these cells over here: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now in this 9 cells, which is the northwest corner? The northwest corner is this one. We will see the supply and demand. Which is lower, supply or demand? The supply is 6, demand is 7. Which is lower? Supply is lower because it is 6. So we'll write the 6 value over here. Subtract this supply and demand from this value which are written in the box. So 6 minus 6, it is 0. 7 minus 6, it is 1. O has become 0 over here. Okay, hence we'll eliminate this row. Remain means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cells are remaining. Okay. Northwest corner now, this one. So we'll draw a box in the northwest corner. We'll again check the row and again check for the column demand. Row we'll check for the supply, in column we'll check for the demand. The demand remaining is 1 over here and the supply remaining is 14. Which is lower? The demand is low. Okay, so we'll write this one value over here. This one value we write over here. Then we'll subtract this 1 from supply and this demand. So 14 minus 1 is 13. And this 1 minus 1 is 0. So now this column has become 0. We'll eliminate this column now. Now there are 4 cells remaining. So this is the northwest. So we'll draw a box over here in the northwest corner. Okay, in the northwest corner, now we'll check the supply and demand again. The supply here remains is 13. The demand here is 15. Okay, which is lower? The supply or demand? Supply is lower. So we'll write this 13 value over here. We'll subtract now this 13 from supply and demand. If you subtract this 13 from supply, you'll get 13 minus 13, 0. And if you subtract it from demand, you'll get 15 minus 13, that is 2. Supplies become 0, so this row will eliminate. Now there are 2 cells remaining. Which is the northwest one? This is the northwest corner. Okay, now we'll check again the supply and demand. Which is lower? The demand side is lower because it is 2. So we'll write this value 2 over here. So we'll subtract this value 2 from supply and demand. So if you subtract it from supply, it is 11 minus 2, you'll get 9. Okay, and if you subtract it from 2, you'll get 0. 2 minus 2, 0. Now since this column has become 0, we'll eliminate this one. Now only the last one cell remains. So there you'll draw a box, and what is remaining? 9 in the supply, 9 in demand. So both are same value. We'll write 9 over here and this becomes 0. Okay. This becomes 0. 9 minus 9, 0. 9 minus 9, 0. Okay. And then we eliminate this. How we find the solution? This has come to 0. Now how we find a solution? To find a solution, we have some values in box, and in same that cell we have one value over here. One value in box and one value in. So we have to consider all the cells where there are these boxes. So this is 10 to find a feasible solution. What we do? We multiply this box value into the cell value, that is 10 into 25 plus this box 5 into cell value is 35 plus this box value is 6 into the cell value is 30 plus this box value is 1, cell value is 50 plus this box value is 13 and the cell value is 80. plus the box value is 2 and this box value is 2 and the cell value is 66 plus the box value is 9, the cell value is 75. You will get 250 plus 5 into 35 you will get 175 plus 6 into 30 you will get 180 plus 1 into 50 you will get 50 plus 13 into 80 you will get 1040 plus 2 into 66 you will get 132 plus 9 into 75 you will get 675. You will get value as rupees 2502. This is your feasible solution. Solving the same problem of factories in Lucknow, Pune, Amritsar, Coimbatore, warehouses in Delhi, Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai. Okay, and the same shipping cost. We are solving this problem now by least sell cost method. Over here is 15 plus 6 plus 14 plus 11. If you add this all up, it will come to 46. If you check demand, which is 10 plus 12 plus 15 plus 9, so if you add this all up, 10, 12, 15, 9, it will come to 46. So that means supply is equal to demand, is balanced. Now let us see how this problem is solved in this least sell cost method. What we'll do over here, as you know, these are cells, these boxes which you know are cells. We'll see which cell has the least number. So we'll see there are different numbers over here, 90, 80, 66, 75, 36, 35, 55. There are different numbers. Okay, we'll see which is the lowest one in these numbers. So you can see, as you can see here, 25 is the lowest and 25 is at 3 places. So you can choose any one which is the lowest one. You can choose any one of those, any one of these 25. So I am choosing the first one. Okay, you can choose any one. So I am choosing the first one. So we'll draw a box which is for the lowest cell. So now the same method, you'll go check the row for the supply. You'll check the demand over here, which is lower, the supply or demand. The demand is lower, which is 10. So we'll write this value, lower value 10 in this box. Then what we do, we subtract or minus this value from supply or supply and demand. Okay, if we subtract or minus this value from supply, you'll get 15 minus 10, that you'll get 5. And you subtract this value from demand, 10 minus 10, you'll get 0. Now since the demand here has become 0, this column will get eliminated. Now remains this cells, different cells over here. Now in these different cells you have to find which is the lowest one. Now as you can see, there is 35, 36, 25, 90, 66, 40. There are different numbers. The lowest one which you can see here is 25. We can take any one of those, either this or this. So I'll take this 25. So this 25, we'll check the row. Here it is 6. We'll check the column, it is 15, which is lower. The supply one, this row one is lower. So we'll write this 6 value over here. So what you do, we subtract this 6 value which is written in the box from supply and demand. If you subtract the 6 from supply, 6 minus 6, you'll get 0. And if you subtract from here, 15 minus 6, 9. Now since this row has become 0 over here, we'll eliminate this row, the row which has become 0 over here. Now which cells are left? These 3 cells above and these 6 cells below. These cells are left. You can see, I'll just mark it in red. We have eliminated these, we have eliminated these rows and columns we have eliminated. Now the remaining cells are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6. These 9 cells are remaining. In these 9 cells, we'll check which is the lowest one. We can see there is 35, there is 36, there is 60, there is 50, 80, 90, 40, 66, 75. Which is lowest among these? It is 35. So we'll draw a box at the lowest cell. When you draw a box, then we'll check the row. Row, what it is? Supply is 5 and column is, demand is 12. Okay, which is lower now? 5 for 12, the lower is 5. So we'll write this 5 over here. You subtract this value from supply and demand. So 5 minus 5, it will be 0. 12 minus 5, it will give you 7. Since this row becomes 0, we'll eliminate this row. Now which cells remains? These 6 cells remains. Among these 6 cells, which is the lowest one? The lowest one is 40. So at lowest cell, we'll draw a box. Then we'll check the demand and the supply. So this row 1 you'll get 11 and this here you'll get 7. Which is the lowest one? The lower is 7. So we'll write the 7 value over here. You subtract this value from demand and supply. So 7 minus 7 you'll get 0. 11 minus 7 you'll get 4. Now since this column has become 0, so we have to eliminate whichever columns are remaining over here. Now these 4 cells remains. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now which is the lower among this? The lower is 66. We'll draw a box. Then we'll check the row and we'll check column. In row wise you can see the value is 4, in column it is 9. Which is lower, 4 or 9? The lower is 4. So we'll write this 4 value over here. Then we'll subtract this 4 from supply and demand. So 4 minus 4 you'll get 0, 9 minus 4 you'll get 5. Since this row has become 0, we'll eliminate this row. Then I'll mark red whichever we eliminated. Now remains 2 cells, 80 and 90. So in this case you have to see which is the lower cell again. The lower is 80 and then 90. So we'll draw box at 80. Box is 80. Then we'll check row which is 14. We'll check column which is 5. The lower is 5. So we'll write value 5 over here. And we'll subtract this 5 value from supply and demand. You will subtract it from supply. 14 minus 5 you will get value as 9 and 5 minus 5 you get value as 0. So now this column has become 0, so we'll eliminate the column. Nothing else is left, only this one is left. Now remains the last cell, that is 90. Now since this is only last cell, we'll draw box for that cell. Then we'll check the row and the column. If we check row it is 9, if we check column it is 9. Row and column are same, so we'll enter that value 9 over here and we'll subtract this value 9 from supply, it will become 0. We'll subtract this value 9 from demand, it will become 0. Both row and column are 0. We'll eliminate this cell. Now you can see all cells over here are eliminated, so our problem is solved. Now how to find answers, how to find a feasible solution over here. To find feasible solution, same method we'll use. Feasible solution, you have these values 10 into 25, same method as like in north west cell corner method, 10 into 25. So this one is done over here. Then 5 into 35 plus 5 into 35 plus 6 into 25, 6 into 25 plus 5 into 80 plus 9 into 90 plus 7 into 40 plus 4 into 66. You get value as 10 into 25 is 250 plus 5 into 35 is 175 plus 6 into 25 is 150 plus 5 into 80 is 400 plus 9 into 90 is 810 plus 7 into 40 is 280 plus 4 into 66 is 264, and you'll get value as rupees 2329. So this is a feasible solution for this problem. The next method of transportation model which we are solving is Vogel's approximation method. It is also called as VAM, Vogel's approximation method. The same problem we are solving in VAM method. Let's start the problem. So in Vogel's approximation method, you need this extra lines, extra matrix. So here this lines is for row difference and these are for column difference. Okay, this is for row difference, this is for column difference. So now before starting any problem of transportation model, always check the supply and demand if they are equal, to check if the problem is balanced or not. Now let's add up this. 15 plus 6 plus 14 plus 11 will give you total of 46, and the demand, which is 10 plus 12 plus 15 plus 9, the total will also give up to 46. So since both this demand and supply is 46, both are equal, then the problem is balanced. Now let us see how we solve this problem in Vogel's approximation method. In this method you can see these extra lines over here. Okay, these are to find the row difference and the column difference. How we find the row difference? So in the first case, let's see in this row which is the lowest value. Here the lowest value is 25. Okay, which is the second lowest value? Second lowest value is 35. So what we can do, what we should do is subtract the second lowest from the lowest value. So 35 minus 25 will give you 10. So that 10 will write over here in this row. Similarly in the second row, which is the lowest one, 25. Second lowest you can see is 25. So 25 minus 25, you will get 0. Similarly in row 3, which you can see over here, row 3, which is the lowest value, it is 40, and the second lowest value is 50. Okay, so 50 minus 40, you will get 10. This is the last row. The lowest is 30, second lowest is 40. So 40 minus 30, 10. Now we'll go to column. We'll find the column difference. So column, it is the lowest is 25, the second lowest is 30. So difference is 5. Second column, the lowest is 30, second lowest is 35. So the difference is 5. Third column, the lowest is 25, second lowest is 36. So the difference is 11. See the last column now. The lowest is 25, second lowest is 60. So 60 minus 25, the difference is 35. Now among these values which are in this row difference and column difference, these all values, among these all values, which is the highest value? The highest value here is 35. So let's circle this 35, and now we'll check the corresponding column. Now since this is the column side, we'll check the corresponding column. In this corresponding column, now which is the lowest value in this corresponding column? The lowest value is 25. So at the 25, we'll draw a box. Now we'll check the corresponding row and corresponding column. In the corresponding row, the supply is 6. In the corresponding column, the demand is 9. Which is lower, supply or demand? Supply is lower. Supply is 6. So we'll insert that value 6 over here. Now we'll subtract this 6 value from supply and also from demand. So the 6 minus 6, you'll get 0. So 6 minus 6, you'll get 0. And 9 minus 6, you'll get 3. Now since this row has become 0, supply has become 0, we'll eliminate this row. Now same process we have to do again. First row, now the lowest value is 25, second lowest is 35. So 35 minus 25, it is 10. Now second row is eliminated, so we don't have to write anything, we'll just put a dash. Now see the third row, the lowest value is 40, second lowest is 50, again difference is 10. In last row, the lowest is 30, second lowest is 40, difference is 10. Now we'll come to column. Now this row is eliminated, so this 55 we should not consider. So which is lowest now? Now lowest is 30, second lowest is 25, second lowest is 30. So 30 minus 25 will get 5. Now in this column, the 30 is eliminated, so we should not consider that. Lowest is now 35, second lowest is now 40, so difference is 5. In third column, 25 is eliminated now. The lowest is 36, second lowest is 66, so the difference is 30. See, we are not considering this 25 because it is already eliminated. So lowest is now 36, second lowest is now 66. So 66 minus 36 will get value as 30. In this case, last column, the lowest is 60 and the second lowest is now 75. So the difference 75 minus 60 is 15. Always remember, whichever row is eliminated, that value we should not consider. Now we got all the values. Here you got 3 tens, here you got 15, 30, 5, 5. Which is the highest value over here in all these values? 30 is highest. So we'll circle that, and now we'll see the corresponding column. In corresponding column, now which is the lowest value? 36 is the lowest value in the cell. Now 36, we'll check the corresponding row supply and demand. So supply is 15, demand is also 15. So both values are 15. We'll write 15 over here, 15, then we'll subtract this 15 from supply, we'll subtract this 15 from demand. So 15 minus 15, you will get 0, 15 minus 15, you will get 0. Now both row and the column has become 0, so we'll eliminate both row as well as column, which has become 0. Now same process again we'll do for the row difference and column difference. Now over here, this whole row is eliminated, so we'll put a dash. Second row is also eliminated, we'll put a dash. In third case, lowest is 40, second lowest is 50. Again 10 comes over here. In the last case, lowest is 30, second lowest is 40, so difference is 10. 40 minus 30 will get 10. Here this column, now only two values are left. So lowest is 30, second lowest is 40, so 40 minus 30 you will get 10. Here lowest is 40, second lowest is 50, so 50 minus 40 you'll get 10. This column is eliminated, so we'll put a dash. Now here lowest is 75, second lowest is 90, so difference is 90 minus 75, you'll get 15. The highest value among all these is 15. Since this is the highest value 15, we'll check the corresponding column. In this corresponding column, which is the lowest value, 75 or 90? It is 75. So here we'll draw a box. Now we'll check the corresponding row and corresponding column. In row the supply is 11, in column the supply is 3. Which is lowest, 3 or 11? 3. So we'll write this value 3 over here, and then we'll do the subtraction. We'll subtract this 3 from 11. So 11 minus 3 you will get 8, and 3 minus 3 you will get 0. So since this column has become 0, we'll eliminate this column. Now again we'll do the same process of row difference and column difference. The first row, whole row is eliminated, so we'll put a dash. Second whole row is eliminated, we'll put a dash. Third row, it is 40 and 50. 40 is the lowest, 50 is the second lowest, so 50 minus 40, it is 10. In the last row there are two values, the lowest one is 30, the second lowest is 40, so 40 minus 30, it is 10. This column over here, the lowest here in this first column is 30, second lowest is 40, so 40 minus 30, it is 10. In the second column the lowest is 40, second lowest is 50, so 50 minus 40 is 10. This column total eliminated, so we'll put a dash. This column is also eliminated, so we'll put a dash. Now in this case we got two tens in the row, two tens in the column, so all values are equal. All values are equal, so you can choose any one of the value. So I'll choose this 10 value. When I choose this 10, we'll go to the corresponding row. Because this is in row side, we'll go to the corresponding row. Now in this corresponding row, which is the lowest value, 30 or 40? It is 30. So we'll put box at 30, and then we'll check the corresponding supply and corresponding demand. So corresponding supply is 8 and corresponding demand is 10. The lower is 8, so we'll write the value 8. So when we subtract this 8 from supply and demand, what we'll get? 8 minus 8, it is 0. 10 minus 8, it is 2. So now since this row has become 0, we'll eliminate this row. Now there are only two values left, so we should consider only the lowest value. When there are only two values left, we should consider the lowest value. Now the lower between 40 and 50 is 40. So at 40, we'll put a box. Now we'll check the corresponding column and corresponding row, and we'll check for supply and demand. In the corresponding row, the supply is 14, and the corresponding column, the supply is demand is 2. Which is lower? Demand is lower. So we'll write this value 2 over here, and then we'll subtract this 2 from supply and demand. The supply is 14. 14 minus 2, you will get 12, and 2 minus 2, it becomes 0. Now this column has become 0, so this will get eliminated. Now the last value is left, which is 50. We'll put a box. There are two values now, 12 and 12. In supply row is 12, and also in demand it is 12. So we'll write this value 12 over here. Now this 12, we subtract from this 12, you'll get 0. From this 12, if you subtract, you'll get 0. So we'll eliminate this thing. Now calculation of the feasible solution. feasible solution, calculation of feasible solution is a similar way. It is, now in first row we'll check 15 into, where you should check in which cell there are these boxes. So in first row, in this cell there is a box, so 15 into the cell value 36 plus second it is 6, the box value, into the cell value is 25 plus this is box value is 2 and the cell value is 40. Here box value is 12 and cell value is 50. 12 into 50 plus box value is 8, cell value is 30 plus box value is 3, cell value is 75. If we find the value now, 15 into 36, it is 540. 6 into 25, 150. 2 into 40, 80. 12 into 40, 12 into 50, 600. 30 into 8, 240. And 3 into 75, 225. This whole value will come to rupees. This whole value will come to rupees 1835. So this is a feasible solution by Vogel's approximation method.